once, shame on you. You come up in here and do it again, then it's shame on me. Sometimes we begin trouble, we didn't won't learn. Sometimes we begin trouble, we ain't won't see. It's up my wings like the way that I feel. I grow, I think I'm tired of putting under my bed. I learn from music like you learn from me. I believe I pray for people, purpose on me. Somebody say, fool, you better keep on rapping. Stop that drip, ain't gonna happen. I told them, look, you better mind your business. Change your way of thinking, keep on living. Get out of the trouble, you been out there. Stuck aside, E-Y-C-N-N. Get it up a talk, so your life will be better. Get my friends to call me, I ain't got to know that. You fucking me against the wall. Yeah, I know I let the time to fall. But until you see me, trust me. You fucking me against the wall. Yeah, I know I let the time to fall. But until you see me, trust me. You heard about it? Yeah, you had to. I know you changed your mind, you ain't the only one with bad. I know that it made you feel strange, huh? You was rather than to complain and then forgot what you was crying about. It could be your time and it might be. You can't do nothing about it, it's God's will, that's just how life be. One day you fix it, then it's gone. And I'm serious, and you ain't never even gonna feel it until it hits home. That's when the pain runs sharp and deep, you ain't even when the days feel slow and long. I know you're looking, so it's time to uplift you, try to fix the pieces up and find a way to drive on. I think it is crucial, don't lie to me. Get back, Satan, don't bother me. And that's the way it's gotta be. And when it's over and over, I hope you're proud of me. You keep pushing me against the wall. Yeah, I know I let the time to fall. But until you see me, trust me. You ain't seen bouncing back up. You keep pushing me against the wall. Yeah, I know I let the time to fall. But until you see me, trust me. You ain't seen bouncing back up.
It's so good right here. No, there's a microphone right there.
fine. We got a vibe, we got a way. Pull out on it. All on the plate, just like it's paid. You got it limitless. So if you've never been, girl, I'll just love to take you there. You don't have to worry about a thing. I gotta let me show you better than. I may not know you, just let me hold you. You be my soldier, like you from the north. Make it say, don't let me. Got that masterpiece, don't let me say. You get that black card, don't let me. If you know the roads of Miami, don't let me say. Make it say, don't let me. I see you on the murder line, don't let me say. You get that ghetto deep, don't let me. You know when you roll with Miami, don't let me say. Clock on the climb, baby, the clock on the climb. You roll with me when we shine, baby, we shine. Little mama, we shine. Just pick a destination. Go ahead, tell me you can get like everything. Tell me like any, like baby, you can get like any ring, anything. Then I can knock it down through the night, through the day, yeah. I knock it out. Baby, you call Sugar Ray. I may not know it, just let me hold it. You be my soldier, like you from the north. Make me say, don't let me. Got that masterpiece, don't let it fade. You get that black car, don't let it. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, yeah, don't let it fade. Make it say, don't let it. I see mama murder that, don't let it fade. You get that ghetto deep, girl, don't let it. Just know when you roll with somebody like me, yeah, don't let it fade. Find out it wine, baby girl, I ain't lying. Make my homies drop a dime, commit a crime, jeopardize my lifeline. Just to see your body sign. Ain't no limit, baby, do it like it. Ain't no limit, baby, when you a starting. Model outsmart the rider. Fill the session with Bacardi Barbie. Kerosene, promise me one machine. Same way the prima donna. No limit, I'm a star. City that do double runners. They want the album girls. Dollars here right here. I'ma spend my night with you. I can put cameras on you. Cameras on you. Never mind me on the clock. Man, I've been getting high with these fools. Friends face was so rocky. And she a real bad. She ain't got a Photoshop. Don't let it. I see mama murder that. Don't let it, baby. Yeah, that ghetto deep, girl. Don't let it. You know when you roll with somebody like me. Yeah, don't let it, baby. Warm and haggard, weathered and torn, drove to the keyhole, that back door, looked like rain behind these shades. I look like hell, I've seen better days. Windows are lifted up, they pull me back. There you go, baby, yeah. They're making me look good again. I'm waiting on the barbed wire. I'm down on the coast. I have my heart is bleeding. It is all I'm right under my shirt. Oh, gonna put it on before we back in. Then you know I need it, yeah. Oh, making me look good again. Oh, there you go, baby, making me look good.
Fans, the National Junior College Athletic Association Region 10 and Louisburg College promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the facility. Spectators are not permitted to enter the playing area and may be suspended from Region 10 activities for one academic year. Louisburg College thanks you for your support and cooperation.
Welcome to Sheila Field, Game 3 this Friday. Richard Bland versus the number 1 Louisburg Hurricanes.
Fans, we ask at this time that you please rise, remove all caps, and join our players and coaches in honoring America with the playing of her national anthem.
First starters for Richard Bland. At shortstop, number 2, Ashley Beeman. In right field, number 5, Taylor Green. At third base, number 8, Shelby Godfrey. Behind the plate, number 6, Jessica Taggart. In the circle, number 16, Sarah Graham. At first base, number 18, Brooklyn Winterson. At second base, number 14, Mackenzie Dawson. The designated player, number 12, Madison Nixon. In center field, number 7, Dania Washington. And in left field, number 3, Madison Gravely. Richard Bland is coached by Morgan Smith
and is assisted by Brooklyn Billiard.
I'm the greatest to ever do it, nobody do it better. Committed, I never quit it, I'm doing this forever. The greatest to ever do it, nobody do it better. Committed, I never quit it, I'm doing this forever. Bringing home the trophy is a must, so I take that. Even if a battle get lost, I run it straight back. Unstoppable in this war, I claim victory. Came my soul, I conquered and made history. Standing at the top of the mountain is still fearless. Storm when the smoke disappears, I see clearness. Blow the flame out the game and reach masses. So if you wanna learn a few things, I teach you.
And now the starting lineup for your number one Louisburg Hurricanes. At first base, a 5'7" sophomore from Manassas, Virginia, number 23, Dara Nickens. At second base, a 5'6" sophomore from Clayton, North Carolina, number 9, Taylor McQueen. In the circle, a 5'9" sophomore from Benson, North Carolina, number 21, Kennedy Bird. In right field, a 5'7" freshman from Edinburgh, Virginia, number 19, Jillian Brunton. The designated player, a 6-foot freshman from Garner, North Carolina, number 29, Cassidy Mills. At third base, a 5'7" sophomore from Ashburn, North Carolina, number 2, Edie Austin. In left field, a 5'6" sophomore from Concord, number 17, Casey Lee. Behind the plate, a 5'8" sophomore from Ocala, Florida, number 8, Kaylee Oliver. In center field, a 5'8" freshman from Front Royal, Virginia, number 96, Ashton Spiker. And his shortstop, number 88, Reagan Blackner. Louisburg is coached by Eric Lee. He is assisted by Haley Joyner and Danielle Thacker. The head athletic trainer is Chris Outlaw.
Fans, welcome back for Game 3.
Number 2, Ashley.
Yesterday, Louisburg defeated number 4, Pitt, 9-1. Kennedy Bird got the win. She steps in a circle today against Richard Bland. Richard Bland, the number 6 seed, defeated both number 3, Bryan and Stratton, and then number 2, Catawba Valley. For Richard Bland, the shortstop, Ashley Beeman. First pitch, a strike from Kennedy Bird. Kennedy Bird is 27-1 this year for the Hurricanes in 33 appearances. She has 16 complete games, has a 1.43 ERA. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Beeman. Ashley Beeman yesterday was hitless against Catawba Valley in the afternoon game, looking to turn that around here. Full count. Pitch is in. Richard Bland starts off with a leadoff walk.
Up next, number 5, Taylor Green.
Beeman, 21 walks now on the season. Beeman, a threat to steal, has 10 on the season. There's a bunt to move the runner to second. Kennedy Bird to Darren Nickens. Darren Nickens tries to throw behind the runner at second. Keeping her honest, can't get her. Runner on second now, 1 out for the number 3 hitter. Number 8, Shelby Godfrey.
Up next.
Yesterday, Shelby Godfrey had a big
Godfrey.
day against Catawba Valley in the 8-4 win. Godfrey went 2 for 4, scored 2 runs. Kennedy Bird brings the count back to even. Kennedy Bird has a family connection with Coach Lee. Coach Lee's wife, Brittany Lee, Hall of Fame pitcher at Campbell University, taught Kennedy Bird how to pitch. So Kennedy Bird was going to come here and pitch for Coach Lee and do things like that. That's strikeout number 1 this afternoon
Number 6,
for Kennedy Bird.
Taggart.
This is the cleanup hitter, the catcher, Jessica Taggart. Yesterday, Taggart went 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and scored 3 runs. The most of the damage yesterday, getting Richard Bland to this point, came from Taggart. Kennedy Bird trying to go inside, leaves it out a little bit over the plate, but still fouled back. Evens the count 1-1. Good spot, good execution there. Good frame by Kaylee Oliver. Kaylee Oliver from Florida had multiple Division I offers, decided to come back to Louisburg for his second year and make another run for a national championship. She's Kennedy Bird's personal catcher, whereas when Zoe Jones pitches, the catcher is Taylor McQueen. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. The 1-2. Little off speed, out in front, rolls it over to short. On to first for out number 3. And a leadoff walk doesn't hurt. After the top of the first, score is still 0s. Sarah Graham here in the circle today
Now batting.
for Richard Bland.
23. Tara
Yesterday,
Nickens.
Taylor Green started game 1, finished game 2 for the Statesman, while Dawson started game 2. So the third pitcher of the weekend here for Richard Bland. Up to bat for Louisburg, Darren Nickens. Darren Nickens hit .500 this season for the Hurricanes. Yesterday she was 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Off speed out over the plate, Nickens takes. Count goes to 1-1. Dara tore her ACL early this spring. Coach Lee planned on playing her at second. Moved her to first. Now she's been back since Richard Bland. On March 25th, she missed 23 games. Now she's been splitting time between DP and first base, trying to keep some of the wear and tear off, getting a chance for more at-bats here. She leads Louisburg in average. Here's a 2-1. Ball 3. Sarah Graham's actually 0-1 on the season with 9 appearances. Started 1 game. Has an ERA of 10.3. There's ball 4. Louisburg starts with a leadoff walk.
Next up for the Hurricanes, number 9, Taylor McQueen.
Now we'll see number 9, Taylor McQueen. Taylor went 1 for 2 yesterday, scored 2 runs with 2 RBIs and a walk. He's up now with Darren Nickens on first base. Good pitch, just a little inside, off the plate. Taylor McQueen and reigning National Pitcher of the Year, Zoe Jones. That battery committed as juniors to Louisburg and opened the door for a lot more high caliber players to be willing to come here and play for Coach Lee. Since Coach Lee's been here, the Hurricanes are 289-46. The one-time ranked number 1 this season, still in the top 5. Now we'll see the 1-2 from Graham.
Do you want something though? Yes, a Mountain Dew. Yes, a Mountain Dew. I want a Mountain Dew.
She pulls the pitch outside down the left field line, and we'll do it again here for Taylor. And the first strikeout of the day for Sarah Graham.
Now batting, number 21, Kennedy Bird.
So a walk and a strikeout brings up number 3 hitter, Kennedy Bird. Kennedy Bird was just voted the Region 10 Player of the Year and Pitcher of the Year. First pitch is up for ball 1. Kennedy Bird was 3 for 3 yesterday with a run scored in Louisburg's 9-1 win over Pitt. Second pitch misses. Ball 2. Kennedy Bird has walked 57 times this year. Next for Louisburg is Taylor McQueen with only 28. So she's walked more than double the amount of times of any other Louisburg player. She has 20 home runs here in her sophomore season. And here's the 3-0 from Graham. Misses inside. Four pitches, 4 balls. So Louisburg had a walk, a strikeout, and another walk. So runners on first and second. No outs, up to bat. Freshman Jillian Brunton. Yesterday, Brunton was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He has 1 runner in scoring position here in the first. Jillian moved to Burlington from Edinburgh, Virginia, her junior year in her high school, as her dad was dealing with health issues. He's fully recovered. She had a chance to play for Western Alamance in the state championship, hit 2 home runs, including a walk-off winner in extra innings. Ended up at Louisburg in her freshman season. Has continued to hit 13 home runs here. Here's the 2-0 from Graham. Misses high, 3-0. 7 straight balls here from Graham. Richard Bland had good pitching yesterday, especially gutsy efforts from Taylor Green, pitching in both games. Brunton thought that was ball 4. Instead, home plate umpire calls it strike 1. 3-1, 1 out. And the pitch is up for the third walked batter of the inning. So there's 1 out.
Now batting.
All 3 batters on, all 3 base runners for the Hurricanes walked. And here's the designated player, number 29, Cassidy Mills. Cassidy Mills was 1 for 1 yesterday with an RBI. And she's hit by a pitch. Bring Darren Nickens home for the first run of the game.
Next up for the Hurricanes, number 2.
Coach Lee calls time. He's going to pinch run. First base. It's number 88, Reagan Bleichner, shortstop. And so with the stop, as Richard Bland coach Morgan Smith goes to talk to her infield. Louisburg yet to put a ball in play, but has had 4 base runners and a run scored. Richard Bland was 14-16 this year. 12-15 in the league. They backdoored their way into the tournament by winning 1 game against Brunswick in the final series of the season. But since the tournament has began, Richard Bland has been the Cinderella story, winning 2 yesterday, playing the winner's bracket today. Edie Austin asked to reset here. Edie Austin, the all-region third baseman. Coach Lee says she's the best third baseman he's ever had, and he's had some good ones. One of those is assistant coach Haley Joyner, in charge of the Louisburg offense. Pitch is low and in for ball 1. There's ball 2. Edie leads the Hurricanes with hits, at-bats, home runs, RBIs, total bases, stolen bases. Tries to take that out of the yard and clear the bases instead of strike 1. Edie had a rough day yesterday. Going 0 for 3. Wants to get a little rhythm going here today. Austin takes and knows a strike. Count goes full. 3-2 to Edie Austin. The off speed gets the strikeout.
Next up for the Hurricanes, number 17.
And a candidate for Region 10 Player of the Year. Having a tough weekend so far. Casey Lee steps up. She was a second team All-Region selection. Yesterday, 3 fly balls out to left field. And I think 4 pitches. There's a fastball fouled back, count 0-1. So Louisburg yet to put the ball in play. 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 2 strikeouts so far. Pitch inside for ball 1. Coach Lee commented, Casey Lee being one of the most loyal players that he has, with really no reason to be. Not a top of the lineup hitter. Not a first team All-Region player. But plays with a passion and a will to win. Coach Lee told the story. Casey, last year in the district final in Florida, 7 of the first 8 struck out. She was hitting in the 9-hole last year. He comes to the plate with no Louisburg runners to reach base and hits a home run in the 9-hole, rounding second base, pounding her chest saying, "Coach, I got you." With that kind of will to win out here today, 3-1. And there's ball 4. So again, no ball put in play. And another run across for Louisburg. Richard Bland not paying attention. Louisburg's aggressive base running could have run into an out at home. Instead, puts Richard Bland back on their heels. And a third run across the plate for Louisburg, yet to put a ball in play. Coach Lee bends over to tie the shoe of Kaylee Oliver, his catcher from Ocala, Florida. Yesterday, Kaylee Oliver was 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. has one runner in scoring position here. That was the first pitch off. Torrey's coached the lead down the third base line for strike number 1. There, Graham trying to get out of a jam here with 2 outs. Pumps a fastball in there. 0-2. Kaylee Oliver. Sign from Graham. There's the ball. 1-2, 2 outs. Kaylee Oliver hit .362 this season. Ball up and in at her face. Turns to get out of the way. Count goes to 2-2, 2 outs. Another pitch up and in. Makes the count full. And it looks like we're set up for another Walker strikeout. Every at bat so far, Louisburg has sent 8 players to the bat so far, scored 3 runs, either a walk or a strikeout. There's ball 4. 2 outs, bases loaded again. For the number 9 hole hitter, the center fielder, Ashton Spiker. Spiker was 1 for 2 yesterday with a run scored. Sees the first pitch, ball 1. Coach Lee told me he watched her play 1 time before he offered her. Says she's so critical of herself that she locks up at times, but has been a good hitter her freshman year. Ball kicked by the second baseman. And again, aggressive base running. Kaylee Oliver almost runs into an out. Instead, is lucky to be safe at third base. So the error brings 2 more unearned runs across, make it 5-0 Louisburg.
23, Sarah Nickens.
This is Darren Nickens, the leadoff hitter, back up in the first inning. No hits recorded by Louisburg, and the leadoff hitter is back up again. Good pitch there from Sarah Graham to get ahead in the count to Nickens. Nickens walked her first time up. Off-speed pitch just misses. Makes the count 1-1. Taylor McQueen waits on deck. Second and third, first base open here with 2 outs. 1-1's the count. Pitch is off the plate away, and Nickens pops up to right field to end the inning. Not before 5 runs cross plate on no hits in the bottom of the first for Louisburg.
You know when you roll with the mind, and don't let me, baby. Make you say,
Now batting, number 16, Sarah Graham.
That doggone you need my whole orange been telling. I've been listening.
After a long bottom of the first for Sarah Graham, she gets a chance to change things for Richard Bland. She's the leadoff hitter in the top of the second.
I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and you're hard to figure. That little PG-65 was just that starter pistol. She got a scorpion too and a stingy just like a scorpion too. If a demon needs a carrier, I know her head just do an accordion too. Let me cold, I was told by the years of old. Keep your lady closed until she can wiggle.
Fastball off the plate for ball one. Start the second inning. Kennedy Bird worked from behind in the count a lot yesterday. Still got the win 9-1. Today, up 5-0. Starts with the ball but comes back 1-1 the count. Here's a good pitch on the outside corner for a foul ball, 1-2. Sarah Graham yesterday had a big day for Richard Bland against Catawba Valley. He was 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a run scored. Little off speed. Hit foul down the third baseline. Edie Austin about to throw it across. Has 9 errors on the year over there, but a good defensive third baseman. The way that Edie Austin can cover ground, cover bunts, makes it hard for teams to play small ball against Louisburg. Coach Lee actually told me earlier this week that her ability to take away people's short game is the unknown X factor that they have. Says 1 out. Brings Brooklyn Winterson to the plate. Pitches in. Count goes 2-0. And again, Bird having a good day, but again, Bird behind in the count. And there's strike one. Count goes 3-1. Brooklyn Winterson hit .306 this year for Richard Bland. And she walks with 1 out here in the second.
Up next, number
This
4,
season, Kennedy Bird walked 55 and struck out 160. Region 10 Pitcher of the Year. Throws another ball. Calls Coach Lee out. Catch your breath and reset. She told me before the game to say on air that she was my favorite player, so I'm not going to say that. Needs to make some pitches here with the 5-run lead. Pitch is down. Number 14, Mackenzie Dawson. Dawson, the starting pitcher yesterday against Catawba Valley. She gave up 3 earned runs in 5 innings. Enough for Richard Bland to win 8-4. Kennedy Bird now gets the count to 1-1. Bird misses again. Down and in. Count goes to 2-1. Just puts one right over the middle to get to strike 2. Count now 3-2, 1 out. Darren Nickens far off the line at first base. Louisburg defense really in the middle of the field. And there's ball 4.
Now batting, number 12, Madison Nixon.
If you're by yourself, no worries. Just follow the lead.
So far in the game, we've had 3 walks for Richard Bland. And 6 walks for Louisburg. Not many opportunities to put the ball in play. And Bird starts off behind in the count 1-0 here. Coach Lee watching on, trying to get her to find some fight here, find some rhythm. The 2-0 pitch just misses. And he goes 3-0. Square to bunt. Pulls it back. Count goes to 3-1. Up to bat for Richard Bland is Madison Nixon. Kennedy Bird misses their spot. Still a good pitch. Strike 2. Big pitch for her day to get back on track here. Called just high by the home plate umpire. He stepped right back on the mound without hesitating, stepping in, wheeling the ball over home plate,
Now
doesn't get the
batting,
call.
Number 7, Janiyah Washington.
So with 3 walks, it looks similar to Louisburg's bottom of the first. Bases loaded, 1 out. This is Janiyah Washington in center field today for Richard Bland. It's a slapper, hits from both sides of the plate. Louisburg has their corners in. And Washington fouls it out of play on the right side. Janiyah Washington did not record a hit yesterday. In the second game. 1-2, 1 out. Kennedy Bird, Janiyah Washington. And the pass ball picked up by Kaylee Oliver, throwing to Kennedy Bird. The runner called out at home, a high tag. Wants to know if she got her feet in there first. And Kennedy Bird gets out after 3 walks, gets out of the inning, holding Richard Bland scoreless, running off the field with a smile. Score still 5-0 Louisburg.
Up for the Hurricanes, number 9, Taylor McQueen.
Taylor McQueen steps in for Louisburg, the bottom of the second. Line shot foul down the left field line. In a game where we've seen 18 batters, only 2 batters have hit it out of the infield, both fly balls to right field. Pitch is up, 1-1. Pitch misses up. Taylor McQueen came to Louisburg with high school teammate Zoe Jones, and now they both signed to play at Wofford University next fall. Line shot back through the box. And Louisburg starts the inning off with a single.
Now batting, number 21, Kennedy Bird.
Now the pitcher, Kennedy Bird. She walked her first time up. Kennedy Bird hit .344 this year for Louisburg. Pitch down the middle. Puts a bat on it, but can't put it in fair territory. The pitch is up. Count goes to 1-1. Louisburg returned the number 1 and number 2 pitcher, Zoe Jones, and Kennedy Bird for their sophomore seasons this year. However, Zoe Jones has missed quite a few games due to injury. And Kennedy Bird has stepped up and won Region Pitcher of the Year. as he hits the fly ball. That the right fielder can't come down with. Coach Lee being really aggressive. With the lead, trying to add one more. And they run into an out at home after the error in right field. So what should have been an out in the outfield turns into an out coming home. Still a runner on third base with one out. Coach Lee trying to make Richard Bland make a play. Make one more play, putting pressure on them to play defense. And the pitch is up with the short backstop. Kennedy Bird with the slide home. Safe after the wild pitch. Makes it 6-0. Now coming to bat, number 19, Jillian Brunton, the right fielder for the Hurricanes. And the pitch inside. The only out in the inning. Run into at home plate. 2 balls to Brunton. Pitch inside, fouled off. Towards the Richard Bland dugout. They try to throw it back in play and hit the protective screen in front of the dugout. Now we got it back. Counts 2-1 with 1 out to Jillian Brunton. Brunton had a good freshman year for the Hurricanes, hitting .318 and led the team in runs scored. Excuse me. He had 34 runs scored. Count now 2-2. There, Graham in the circle for Richard Bland. Getting the signals. And she misses in again. Taking the count full. First time up, Jillian Brunton walked. An opportunity to walk again here. Instead of swinging a foul ball. So we'll do it again once they run down the ball by Madison Gravely out there in left field. Coach Haley Joyner out in front of the Louisburg dugout coaches the hitting. Was a good hitter here at Louisburg. And since she's been here, Louisburg has led the country in home runs. Last year she coached Bree Tucker, the National Player of the Year. Another full count offering here from Graham. Pitch called ball 4. Richard Bland doesn't like it. And that's walk number 7 issued by Graham. today. He falls off towards the first base side there. The ball low and away. Coach Lee calling for a substitution, most likely a pinch runner at first base. Giving an opportunity here, Paige McGonigal. Paige was cleared on Monday after being out for 3 weeks. She's the best defensive outfielder. There's a fly ball behind third base. Shortstop Ashley Beeman collects for out number 2. And here comes Edie Austin, Hurricanes third baseman, trying to get started here in the tournament. 0 for 3 yesterday. And struck out here in the first inning. Called strike 1. A little off speed. Edie Austin swings through. Austin hit .348 this year for the Hurricanes. Had 23 home runs, 59 RBIs, 140 total bases. And she strikes out again. 0 for 5 in the tournament thus far. But not before another run scores. Louisburg leads 6-0 after 2. Coming back for the top of the third.
Number 2, Ashley.
Both pitchers looking to get in a rhythm here. Kennedy Bird back in the circle. Has been able to hold Richard Bland scoreless. But walked 3 last inning. Walked 1 in the first inning. Had 11 free passes in the game so far for both teams. This is Ashley Beeman, leadoff hitter for Richard Bland. Yesterday against Catawba Valley, Beeman went hitless. She walked in her first at bat today, has 2 balls here in the third. 2-0 foul back. Beeman hit 360 this year for the Statesmen. Led the team with 33 runs scored. Hit 3 home runs. And there's strike 2 for Kennedy Bird. And it seems like Kennedy Bird has stopped thinking about it and is just stepping in the circle, not wasting any time and trying to get the ball across the plate to get outs. She fields her position there for the first out. And now up number 5, Taylor Green. I'll say it again, Taylor Green showed some heart yesterday, pitching in both games. Closed out the second one. Today she's in right field. Second pitch, foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Taylor Green hit 324 this year for Richard Bland. Did not hit a home run. 22 hits, 2 doubles. Looking to put it in play here. Much more tempo from Kennedy Bird. Trying to throw it hard. Throw it straight. With the 6-0 lead. That's the 3rd strikeout for Kennedy Bird. She goes by Rue. Her uncle called her Kenny Rue when she was young. Now nobody calls her that besides her family and her teammates. You can hear around the newly renovated Sheila Cotton Field, the new stadium seating here. Rue being chanted out in the stands. Again behind in the count, 2-0. 2-0, 2 out. Pitch right down the middle. A little low. Count goes to 3-0. Kennedy Bird misses again. For a 6th walk on the day. And new pitching coach Danielle Thacker goes to speak to Kennedy Bird. Coach Thacker played professionally in Italy. She spent the last 7 years in the PSAC at Shepherd and Shippensburg. Coach Lee added her to the staff just a few weeks ago, really to help Zoe Jones. Zoe's been injured all year and trying to fix the mechanics there to help her finish this season strong. This time, Coach Thacker goes out to talk to Kennedy Bird. 2 outs. Fastball misses outside. Batting now the catcher, Jessica Taggart. Kennedy Bird misses again. Ball's hit down the right field line, and it's a fair ball. Throw comes in. No play at the plate. An RBI double. The catcher, Jessica Thackert, and Richard Bland is on the board.
Now batting, number 16, Sarah Graham.
This is number 16, the pitcher, Sarah Graham. Sarah Graham hit .321 this year for Richard Bland. Led them with 12 doubles. Led them with 3 home runs. Richard Bland, not necessarily a home run hitting team. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2, 2 out. And the 0-2 pitch misses in. Kaylee Oliver is able to keep it in front, but the runner advances. Third base as she finds the ball. Another ball hit, this time out of play, down the right field line towards the athletic trainer's tent. Sarah Graham hit .321 this season. Her first time up, she flew out to right field. And the umpire is trying to retrieve softballs. The 1-2. Strike 3. Kennedy Bird shows a little look of frustration, a little look of relief. Gets out with only 1 run scored. Still not in a rhythm, but Louisburg still putting runs on the board behind her to make it 6-1 as we go to the bottom of the third.
Next up for the Hurricanes, number 17, Casey Lee.
This is number 17, Casey Lee. Second team all-region outfielder. She went 0 for 3 yesterday. Today she's walked and scored a run. Pitch hit hard, fouled into the protective screen in front of the Richard Bland dugout. Count 1-1. Sarah Graham only making her 10th appearance of the year in the circle. Only had 17 innings pitched before today's game started. Here's the 3-1 to Casey Lee. Takes 3-1 for called strike 2. Looking to get things started again for Louisburg. The fair ball hits third base. Casey Lee
Now batting.
with a leadoff stand-up double.
Oliver.
Puts the runner in scoring position for the catcher, Kaylee Oliver. Kaylee Oliver walked last time up. Squares the bunt, misses it. Richard Bland coming in on the corners. Second base is covering first. Shortstop is covering third. Called strike. Counts 0-1. Good pitch from Sarah Graham to get ahead 0-2. Sarah Graham with 18 strikeouts. 18 strikeouts on the season, looking for another here. And the 1-2. Pitch is up to Kaylee Oliver. Kaylee didn't hit most of last year. She was the flex player in the lineup. This year she's been a staple in the lineup. It's Kennedy Bird's personal catcher. Full count. Ball 4. Runners on first and second for the freshman from Front Royal, Virginia, Ashton Spiker. Ashton Spiker's played most of the year in center field for the Hurricane. She squares the bunt. And the second Louisburg attempt at a bunt. Can't lay it down. He reached last at bat on an error by the second baseman. Pitch across the plate for Graham. No balls, 2 strikes. Good pitch by Graham. Spiker fights to stay alive. I have a chance to do it again. 2 runners on for the number 9 hitter. Darren Nickens waiting on deck. Graham misses up and away. A lot of pitches so far today. That's the bottom of the 3rd. Pitch across the plate, but down. Count goes to 2-2. Ashton Spiker hit .317 this year for the Hurricanes. He was 32 for 101. Had 7 home runs, 22 RBIs. And off the wall, Louisburg again with some aggressive base running. Again, Coach Lee wants to make Richard Bland just make one more play defense, dare them to get him out. So the double off the wall leads to runners on 2nd and 3rd. No outs. First pitch, Nickens, screwball fouled off. Wild pitch. Pitcher doesn't get there to cover home. Kaylee Oliver scores, makes it 8-1. Louisburg. Now a runner on 3rd for Darren Nickens. At the start of the last regular season series against Catawba Valley, Nickens hit it off the roof of the training facility in center field. Here's the 1-1. Fly ball behind shortstop. Drops in front of the left fielder. An RBI double for Nickens. Score now 9-1. Hurricanes.
Next up for the Hurricanes, number 9, Taylor McQueen.
Second baseman Taylor McQueen steps in. When Kennedy Bird is pitching, she plays second. When Zoe Jones is pitching, she catches for her longtime friend, high school and Louisburg teammate, and soon to be Wofford University teammate. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. Taylor McQueen. Taylor started 50 of the 51 games this year for the Hurricanes. He hit .352. Led the team with 12 doubles. Last time up, she had a line drive past the pitcher and eventually ran into an out at home. Coach Lee trying to be aggressive. Really had no chance to score. Big pitch out and up over the plate. McQueen can't square it up, hits it past Coach Lee down the third base line. Count goes to 2-2. Darren Nickens on second. Just returned off of her ACL. there. Another line drive through the box for Taylor McQueen. That's 2 in a row. Coach Lee, for the first time today, holds up a runner at third. Probably because of Nickens coming off the injury.
Now batting.
So instead, there's no outs.
Kennedy Bird.
Runners on second and third for the Region Player of the Year, Kennedy Bird. Kennedy Bird went 3 for 3 yesterday. So far today, she's walked, hit one deep to right, an error by the right fielder, and eventually scored. Sarah Graham wants a new softball. Graham misses 2-0. Derek Nickens on third. Taylor McQueen on second. Center fielder Janiah Washington playing almost at the fence. Actually, all the outfield about one step off the warning track all the way around. 3-0. I imagine Kennedy Bird still has the green light. Coach Lee does not have the rule to take 3-0. But here it's not close. Kennedy Bird has no choice but to take first base. And the bases are loaded again for Jillian Brunton. Coach Lee pinch running. First base. Runners Mackenzie Angle. Coach Lee went on a trip to Indiana to visit his in-laws. And while there, watched a little bit of softball, saw Mackenzie Angle. And so now she's standing on first base. Coach Morgan Smith takes some water out to her pitcher. So far, we've seen pitchers this weekend like Madison Hall pitching every inning for Pitt. Yesterday, Taylor Green pitching in 2 games for Richard Bland. Watching pitchers really have to have some competitive endurance out here for the day game. Even though there's not that stress on the shoulder like in baseball, you can watch and see the mental fatigue. You can watch to see the fatigue in the legs. But kind of surprised not to see Taylor Green out there in the circle again today for Richard Bland. Jillian Brunton up, bases loaded. And no outs. All 4 pitchers for Richard Bland are freshmen, so they have pitched by committee all year, trying to get some experience for all of them. Here's ball 1 to Brunton. Now that I have some notes in front of me, I can get a little more specific. Since Haley Joyner has come back to the Hurricanes as the hitting coach, they've combined for 322 home runs in 2 seasons, scored 1,184 runs, leading the country in those stat categories. Louisburg yesterday had several players awarded for All-Region. Kennedy Bird, first-team All-Region as a pitcher. Taylor McQueen, first-team All-Region as a catcher. Edie Austin, first-team All-Region at third base. Ashton Spiker, first-team All-Region in center field. Darren Nickens, first-team All-Region as the designated player. And the count goes 2-2. Second-team All-Region to Casey Lee and Julian Brunton. With 7 All-Region players for Louisburg, leading the league. Catawba Valley had 6. Pitt had 4. Bryan and Stratton had 2. Richard Bland, second-team All-Region selection for the third baseman, Shelby Godfrey. The 2-2. He misses way outside. Jessica Taggart tries to make it look as good as she can. Just too far off the plate. 3-2 to Brunton. And the pitch is up. Walks in a run.
Now batting, number 29, Cassidy Mills. Like we always do with this time.
This is Cassidy Mills, the designated player today. 6-foot freshman from Garner. First time up, she was hit by a pitch, which brought in a run in a similar situation. Bases loaded again, no outs. Richard Bland was a Cinderella story yesterday with 2 upsets. Played really well against both Bryan and Stratton. Beat them 10-2 in 5 innings. And then a really good game last night. It was scoreless until the top of the 4th. Richard Bland scores 4. Catawba Valley answered in the bottom of the 5th with 3 of their own, 4-3. And then Richard Bland scored 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Final score 8-4. Good pitching last night. And Richard Bland was rolling today. Trouble finding the strike zone. Foul ball, deep right field. First base dugout blocks our view here. 1-2 the count. Cassidy Mills. Two-two. Pitch low and away. He reaches out and puts a bat on it. Right fielder kicks it. 2 runs score for Louisburg on the double. And then the error. So now the score 12-1.
Number 2,
And the umpire takes a break on a hot day. Long innings. Louisburg scored 5 in the first, 1 in the second, 6 now in the third. Edie Austin, candidate for Player of the Year, only beat out by her teammate Kennedy Bird. And now Richard Bland goes to the bench to bring in Mackenzie Dawson. Dawson started the game yesterday against Catawba Valley. She went 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, had 3 strikeouts and walked 1. Threw 96 pitches yesterday. About to throw some more to Louisburg and to Edie Austin. The move with Dawson in the circle puts the former pitcher Sarah Graham at first base. Edie Austin is the hitter. Edie Austin in a slump at the plate. On the 27th here against Catawba Valley. She had a good offensive day. Just 1 hit, but had 5 RBIs. Against Tristan Smalling and Mason Lale from Catawba Valley. The off speed right down the middle. And goes off the roof. You could hear Coach Haley Joyner from the dugout encouraging her sophomore hitter. Pitch up and out over the plate. Fly ball to center field. To Janiah Washington. Louisburg with aggressive base running, and that leads to poor defense by Richard Bland.
Next up for the Hurricanes.
The first run from third probably scores, but they allow the runner from second to advance to third and then make the turn to home as the catcher has to go up the third baseline. Now it's 14-1 Louisburg on the sac fly from Edie Austin. Pitch up and in. Catches enough of the plate for a strike. This is Casey Lee. Casey Lee has walked and singled off the third base bag. Off speed from Dawson. Across the plate. Make it 0-2. And strike 3 for out number 2.
Now batting, number 8, Kaylee Oliver.
And the catcher, Kaylee Oliver. Kaylee Oliver has walked twice. And there's another ball. She went 2 for 2 yesterday with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Walked twice today. Has caught a lot this year, as Zoe Jones has been injured and Kennedy Bird has pitched in that number 1 slot. Pitches in and on the hands of Oliver. Soft line drive out to second for out number 3. And at the end of 3, the score is 14-1 Louisburg. So Zoe Jones now in the circle for Louisburg. That puts Taylor McQueen behind the plate.
Up next, number 18, Brooklyn Winterson.
Moves Kennedy Bird to second base. The left side of the infield stays the same. Coach moves Jillian Brunton in from right to first base. And that's the end of the day for Darren Nickens. Zoe Jones, the reigning National Pitcher of the Year, has had elbow trouble all year. Some excitement. MRIs coming back negative. However, she's been throwing limited innings and has worked hard in the last 3 weeks trying to fix mechanical issues to be ready to throw right now. She typically throws about 62, could get up to 64. Coach Danielle Thacker, as mentioned earlier, brought on to try to clean up some of Zoe's mechanics. Zoe started game 1 all of her freshman season this year. After she's come back, Kennedy Bird has still been in that number 1 pitcher slot this weekend. The Hurricanes have decided to, instead of alternating starts, to bring Zoe in as the kind of closer behind Kennedy Bird. Fastball swung and fouled back by Brooklyn Winterson. The off speed, really good pitch by Zoe. Zoe's 9-2 on the season in 16 appearances, 4 complete games with a 2.42 ERA. Foul ball into the glove of Taylor McQueen, strike 3. So Zoe Jones sees 1 player and gets 1 strikeout. Zoe has 63 strikeouts this season
Up next,
and has faced 237 batters. Another off speed to start off Mackenzie Dawson. Dawson now in the circle for Richard Bland. Ground ball to first. Jillian Brunton just moved to first, and the first ball that's in play gets hit to her. First base unassisted for out number 2 here in the top of the 4th. Now to bat for Richard Bland,
now batting.
the designated
number 12,
player,
Madison Nixon.
number 12, Madison Nixon. Nixon batted 200 this year for Richard Bland. Zoe with a little off speed there, making it 0-2, 2 outs. Ground ball, cut off, or attempted to be cut off by Edie Austin. Deep in the hole is Reagan Bleichner. Jillian Brunton stretches out, can't quite control it.
Now batting.
Infield hit
Number 7, Janiyah Washington.
for Nixon. This is Janiyah Washington. Janiyah Washington from the left side clapped 1 over third base yesterday after being unable to lay down a bunt. Otherwise has not reached base, has changed from the left side to the right side of the plate, not dictated by the left-handed or right-handedness of the pitcher. Edie Austin halfway in between home and third base. Reagan Bleichner behind her. Line drive to Edie Austin, 3 or 4 steps away from home plate. Edie runs off the field with a smile on her face, and that's the end of the top of the 4th.
Now batting, number 96, Ashton Spiker.
Coming to the plate here for Louisburg, number 9 hole hitter, Ashton Spiker. Spiker reached on an error by the second baseman and then doubled off the wall in the left field. Coach Morgan Smith electing not to go with their number 1 pitcher today. Maybe playing to get a win tomorrow. Counts 1-1. The off speed is wide. Going 2-1 against Spiker. Spiker on the season hit .317. Went 32 for 101. 7 doubles, 7 home runs. Pitch down the middle. Left-handed batter. Swings and misses, makes it 2-2. Pitch low and away. Catches enough of the plate for Spiker. Get a stand-up double. Start the Louisburg half of the fourth.
Number 13, Mackenzie Angle.
Up to bat for Louisburg, number 13, Mackenzie Angle. This is her first plate appearance of the region tournament. She hit .261 this year in her sophomore season. She had 6 hits and 23 at-bats, 11 RBIs, .433 on base percentage. Comes to bat with no outs and runner in scoring position. Dawson misses high for ball 1. Mackenzie Dawson 3-3 on the season with a .577 ERA. The win yesterday in game 2. Count now 1-1 to Angle. Angle had entered the game yesterday and then today as a pinch runner. Now her first at bat. Pitch is up. He takes for 2-1. Iona Davis on deck for Louisburg. There's strike 2. Two with a runner on second base for Mackenzie Angle. Swing and a miss on a high strike. Now Iona Davis. Davis struggled a lot this spring. Not in a starting role. She was the best hitter against the Division I schedule in the fall. This spring she's hit .263 with 10 hits. Struck out 12 times, 4 walks. Comes to bat, up 14-1 with a runner on second base. Good pitch by Dawson. A little off the plate for ball one. Louisburg averages 9.79 runs a game. Gives up 1.85 runs a game. Today they score 14-1. The count 1-1. Diona Davis. And the catcher, Jessica Taggart, stands up on the pitch, not too far out of the zone. High fly ball behind second base. Second baseman tries to make a diving catch. Instead, it's first and third for Louisburg now with one out.
Now batting, number 21, Kennedy Bird.
This is Kennedy Bird. Kennedy Bird has walked and reached on an error. Up again here, bottom of the fourth. Bird hit .344 this season for Louisburg. Led the team with 57 walks. First and third, one out. 1-0's your count. Dawson to Kennedy Bird. Good execution, good pitch from Dawson to even the count out. Little off speed. Has Kennedy Bird just slightly off balance, fouls it back. Count goes to 1-2. Pitch right down the middle. Kennedy Bird misses again. She's going to get another chance. Getting some encouragement from Coach Lee down at first base. Pitch is in. Fouled off the press box on Frazier Field. Pitch is up and away. Kennedy Bird and Edie Austin actually a big help for us with basketball this year. Working every home game for us. Bird stands in 2-2, one out. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Brings up Jillian Brunton.
Number 19, Jillian Brunton.
Brunton has walked twice today. Two outs, first and third. Dawson trying to hold the Hurricanes scoreless here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch nowhere close. Iona Davis on first. Ashton Spiker on third. The pitch to Jillian Brunton, just foul. Line shot down the third base line. Iona Davis was moving past where the shortstop would play, almost to the umpire and almost to third base there. Ready to try to score from first. Go first to third on any hit. Pitch right across the plate, just a little high. Dawson questioning where it was at. Count goes to 2-1. Again, she misses up and away. Gets to another 3-ball count. Jillian Brunton looking to put it in play. And that's ball 4. Dawson wants to know why it wasn't a called strike. Looked like a good pitch from here. It blows the bases with 2 outs. Now a little chatter from the dugout to the home plate umpire. Cassidy Mills coming to the plate, the designated player for the Hurricanes. Dawson misses up and away. Mills hit .331 this season for the Hurricanes. She had 39 hits and 118 at-bats, including 12 home runs. Steps in here with 2 outs. Pulls off the pitch on the outer half. Coach Lee showing a little intensity down the third base line. Trying to get some competition here out of Cassidy Mills. Instead, she rolls over on one for out number 3. At the end of 4, it's 14-1 Louisburg.
Now batting, number 2, Ashley Beeman.
Head into town like a NASCAR winner, cruising back and forth to the
a tasty breeze. Everywhere you look, all you see is
Home plate umpire overheated a little bit. Gets cooled down. Some ice over there by head athletic trainer Chris Outlaw. Meanwhile, Louisburg has made a pitching change. This is number 4, Caden Sutton. Sutton has appeared in 22 games for Louisburg. She started 10. She's 10-3 on the season, 3.08 ERA. She's pitched 72 innings, giving up 79
Now
hits.
batting, number 3.
This is number 2, Richard Bland, Ashley Beeman. Caden Sutton puts a little cut on it for strike 1. Beeman 0 for 1 on the day, led the game off with a walk. Curveball misses away. Count now 1-2. He misses inside and hits the first batter she faces with 2 strikes.
Up next, number 5, Taylor Green.
Beeman's been hit by pitch 3 times this year. Beat out in that stat category, and stat category you don't want to win, by Madison Nixon. Here comes the plate. Number 5, right fielder today, Taylor Green. Taylor McQueen thinks about throwing behind the runner at first. Julian Brunton far off the line. Kennedy Bird at second base, playing almost straight up the middle. Ground ball, double play for Louisburg. 6-4-3. Of course, 2 outs. And here's number 8,
Up next,
Shelby Godfrey.
Shelby Godfrey.
Shelby Godfrey, before the game, Coach Lee praised her as the best Richard Bland hitter. He did lead them in hits with 34. He hit 420 this season. He also led the team in walks with 21 and a .539 on-base percentage. With that, that's the ball game. Louisburg wins their second win of the tournament, 14-1. Louisburg will play again tomorrow for the Region 10 championship.
yeah. My lips hurt me, smile on baby. Hurt you my head, and this girl's one way.
This is the hour, the darkest place. Dante's Inferno, the devil's maze. It's a good world.